In my 5 years of being an entrepreneur, and with 4 of them being full-time, I've tried a ton of different things, and I chose to do some for one reason and some for another reason and then some for like another reason. And after trying so many different kinds of businesses, I figured out what was right for me, what I didn't like, what was a good fit and what wasn't a good fit. I promise you this is gonna be the last video you watch because I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can pick the right side hustle for you. The main idea of this video is to pick a side hustle based on your goal. And wait right there, I know you think that sounds so simple and straightforward, but sometimes the most straightforward things are the hardest things to do. And I know for a lot of you, one part of that is trying to figure out what your goal is with starting this new side hustle. In this video, I'm gonna share with you all the different reasons why I started different side hustles. And I want you to take a note of them and really think about what your goal is with starting a side hustle. The first side hustle I started was a side hustle to get me started. And that was when I sold greeting cards in 2018. That was my first ever business that I actually did, even though before that I had so many ideas of ways that I could start a side hustle. And one of those ways that I actually really wanted to do was blogging. But I thought that making money with blogging would just take so long, and I knew that eventually my goal would be to quit my job and be my own boss, and I just needed something easy and low cost to get me started. The next side hustle I did was a side hustle to make more cash based on what I already had. So because I already learned calligraphy and I was already selling greeting cards, I thought, okay, what else can I do with calligraphy? So that's when I started to teach calligraphy workshops, and I also started to offer on-site calligraphy. So if you already have a skill or some kind of knowledge in a certain industry, you can totally use that and build a side hustle off of that. The next side hustle I did was a side hustle to get online. So after I did all the calligraphy stuff in 2018 and then 2019, and then eventually I quit my job in 2019, in 2020, COVID happened and I had to cancel all my calligraphy workshops. So calligraphy workshops were my main income source after I quit my job. And when COVID happened, I thought, oh my gosh, like I really need to take this online for 2 reasons. 1, I need to make cash now and I have to cancel all my calligraphy workshops. And 2, it was always my dream to be a digital nomad kind of online business owner. So I knew I had to figure out a way to turn my physical calligraphy business into an online thing. So what I started to do was I offered business coaching services to calligraphers around the world because I had already started a calligraphy business. I quit my job to do the calligraphy business, and I thought, okay, it kind of makes sense for me to use what I already know and teach other people to do the same, and this is an online business. The next side hustle I did was a side hustle to make an impact, and this is why I have a YouTube channel. Actually, at the beginning when I started the YouTube channel, it was mainly a way for me to just put out some videos so that I could funnel people into my business coaching for calligraphers. But then, long story short, later on, I decided I didn't want to do coaching anymore. And so I thought, what do I really, really want to do? And I remembered my dream that I had when I was 20 years old. And I've always wanted to be like a travel blogger, kind of digital nomad person. So I thought, okay, I want to make an impact. I want to create content and share my experience. And I already have this YouTube channel that I've been working on for a year. Why don't I just continue the YouTube as if it's my blog and use that to make an impact? So actually a lot of the times with the side hustles, you start to make an impact. It actually might take a long time if you need to grow an audience. It might be harder to monetize, and that was the case with YouTube. It took me a year and a couple months to get monetized. But in the end, it was so worth it because I really feel like this is what I meant to do, and it's such a fulfilling thing. When I decided to go all in on YouTube, I actually quit the coaching and I was thinking of ways that I could generate cash because I really didn't want to get a job. So the next side hustle I did was a side hustle to make quick cash, and that was delivering for Uber Eats. I did it for a month and the money I made was actually okay, and it was like pretty chill. I could just do it for a couple hours a day and then go back home and then work on my YouTube. But in the end, I hated it because I suck at parking so much and I'm like such a slow driver. Okay.
This is good. Like
Nobody is here. Okay. If you want to make quick cash right away, one of the easiest side hustles to have is to do something in the gig economy, like Uber Eats and TaskRabbit. After I did Uber Eats, I thought, okay, I need another way to make cash. And so the next thing I did was to make TikTok videos for a Canadian period underwear brand. Technically, this isn't a true side hustle because I was an employee, but I still do consider it a side hustle because it was part-time, it was very flexible hours, and I kind of saw myself as like a contractor, freelancer kind of person making content for a company. So this side hustle was a side hustle to make quick cash, and it was also a side hustle to learn. Before this, I had never really used TikTok before, and so I thought, oh my gosh, it makes so much sense for me as a content creator to get paid to learn how to use TikTok well and to create more short form content and to get feedback on that content. So this makes so much sense. At the same time that I was doing my YouTube and making TikTok videos for the period underwear company, I started another side hustle, and this is a side hustle so that I could travel and chill. And that side hustle was pet sitting. So I looked for pet sits that were out of my city so I could travel, and at the same time I could keep working on my YouTube and do the TikTok videos. So honestly, there were so many benefits of pet sitting because I could sort of try out the digital nomad lifestyle without actually paying money. Like, I got paid to help people walk their dogs, take care of their cats, and at the same time I could explore a new place. The next side hustle I started was a side hustle to make passive income, and that was my main goal of starting my Etsy shop selling digital downloads. Of course, with YouTube I can also make passive income through like AdSense and affiliate links, but at the time that I started my Etsy shop, which was in the fall of last year, I was basically making nothing with YouTube because my subscriber count was maybe 3,000 or 4,000, and I was making like $100 from YouTube. So I didn't really consider YouTube like a legit passive income stream yet. Other than an Etsy shop, there are a lot of other passive income streams, but I started an Etsy shop because I thought, okay, I already know how to use Canva and I know how to design things. I already use Etsy to buy things. And I think out of all the different passive income streams out there, I thought for me, Etsy was the easiest thing to start off with. So this one is a combination of a side hustle to make passive income and then also a side hustle to just get started in making passive income. So there could be other reasons why you want to start a side hustle, but I think out of all of these that I've talked about, I have pretty much covered a lot of the main reasons why people want to start a side hustle. Obviously, it could be a combination of many reasons, but if you know your one or two top reasons for starting a side hustle, it makes it so much easier to decide what exactly you want to do. So think about what's important to you. Is it important for you to make quick cash, or is it important to you to make an impact or be creative or do something that is chill, and then work backwards on how you can get to that goal. I know it sounds super straightforward, but it is harder than what it seems. And in the end, honestly, any side hustle that you start is going to be difficult at the beginning. If side hustles were easy to make money with, then everybody would be doing it. But that's the whole point. Not everybody is doing it because it is hard. And I want you to be careful that you don't fall into the trap of shiny object syndrome, especially with all these AI videos on YouTube saying like, oh my gosh, you can make this amount of money starting a business that you can just automate with AI. It might sound really tempting, but really think about what your goals are. Are you actually going to stick with it? Because with any business you start, you're gonna do this for at least 3 to 6 months at the beginning. Are you gonna lose your motivation if you just do what other people are doing? So right now, if you still feel lost, I'm gonna give you 2 more things that might help you out. The first one is something called the Ikigai. There is a book about it, but the main premise is, and this is especially good if you are thinking of starting a side hustle to make an impact and to make money in the long term. The main premise is to find the intersection of 4 things: what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. For me, I feel like YouTube is doing exactly that because I love sharing my experiences and like lessons I learn in my life, and I'm good at creating things and learning things like video editing, and I can be paid in many different ways like AdSense, affiliates, sponsorships. And I think what I'm sharing on my channel is what the world needs, which is to be an example for other people and show them that you can really do what you want to do and you can thrive and be successful. The other thing that I found really helpful is a book by Kelly Track called P.S. You're a Genius, and this book confirmed that I wanted to do YouTube. So I'll link that book below and you can check it out. And honestly, if after all of this and you watch some more videos and you still feel lost and you can't make a decision on what you want to do, just close your eyes, get calm and quiet, and listen to your heart. Because maybe you do actually know what you want to do, but you're just scared or something. If you know you want to start some kind of a side hustle, but you actually don't really have a lot of ideas, watch this video next to get some ideas. Okay, I'm done. Oh my god, I'm so hot. Again.